Hey, are you good? Are you good? Uh,
Hello, hello.
yes.
Yes, it's working.
You got me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All
Is
right.
this live already?
Yeah, we're live. They haven't started yet. They're just practicing the rack and bumping balls around and stuff. We got about 3 minutes to start.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks.
let
Thanks
me
a
go to
lot.
the. Yeah, of course. Yeah, always. Let me take 1 minute break. I'll be right back.
Sure. Okay. All right, guys. I want to thank Tim de Ruyter, Dutch professional player. I'm going to play a game with Tim. I'm going to be like, "Hey, Tim, I kind of know who you are because I met you a couple of years ago. I did a couple streams. We hung out at an action match one time. I know you've been playing a lot of pool. I know you got better. I'm going to guess you're Fargo. So, I mean, I just kind of have an idea, but I haven't looked at it, so I don't know where he's at. Don't tell me. Don't look it up either. Don't cheat. But this is going to be probably the best clean commentated match thus far, I would think. He's been doing a lot of commentary for top stuff. So hit that share button. You're going to get one of the best voices in pool here and a great player. I mean, he's played against all these guys. As a matter of fact, I was like, hey, why aren't you there?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Let's see.
If they start on time, they're gonna get the balls out to lag right now.
Okay. So we have Carlo Biado and Moritz. So Moritz beat Zakis.
Yeah, I mean he was down 9-7 and he came back and won the match.
Yeah, but he has a big grind.
Yeah, I
Huge
mean
grind, actually.
I figure you know him pretty well actually.
Well, we haven't played. I don't believe we ever played against each other, but yeah, we've traveled, so
Right.
you get to see some.
Still practicing apparently. Yep. Yeah, this is the only game that is available on the side tables because they're pretty much doing everything else on
Yeah,
the arena.
they have the AccuStats.
Yeah, he's like, let's go. It's 4:45. We must go.
Well, I have nowhere else to be tonight, so that's great. Doesn't matter.
How was your party?
Well, it was a family holiday.
Okay,
Family birthday. So
okay.
yeah, nothing special, but it's good to see family. Okay, so let me go check the brackets because now I'm curious
Oh,
what happened.
I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Just wondering because Carlo, I believe he drew another Filipino, right? No, he didn't. No, Lee Van was still and he lost to Georgiev. Huh. Some interesting results. And it's funny how the first link you sent me that said that Niels and Joshua were gonna play, and then now they both won and they still play each other.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think that wasn't public. I mean, supposedly they did a redraw, but
Possibly, yeah. I mean,
you know,
we'll never know.
that was a nice match with Niels and Federer. I don't know if you got a chance to see any of it, but Federer was chasing him down, and I think it was 10-7. I mean, he was like way up. He was 7-3 or something, and Federer had the Russian resurrection going, and didn't quite get there.
Well, the best thing we can have is a close match. I mean, obviously, it's more fun to watch a match that goes all the way to the end than one guy steamrolling the other one.
Sure, sure. I mean, in this format, this alternate break, I mean, I don't think you're going to see too many steamrolls. All right,
No, they
here we go
with
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 the
how well
lag.
everybody's breaking. Well, place your bets beforehand because this is
Yeah.
gonna be a close one. So we have Carlo Biado and Moritz Neuhausen, Philippines and Germany, two big pool countries. I will say, well, it's easy to take Carlo and then say 10-8 or 10-7.
Hmm.
But my prediction is going to be Moritz 10-7.
Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, he's just very solid. Just also mental. I don't think he has big.
I'm pretty new to him. I don't think I've seen his name too much around, but I don't travel or do other pro events like you do, or I mean you see him all the time, probably playing in European tours and things.
Well, the thing is also is that he's just had a really good year, so his confidence is high.
Hmm.
He likes to go to the US still, like he goes there plenty of times. So he's just around a lot of people that he travels with to the US. He's in a comfortable position. Yeah, I mean, he's one.
Has he stayed with D yet?
No, no. He stays with John Francisco in New York. I don't know if you know John, but he's a nice guy.
Okay.
And well, they travel around a bit and some
Okay.
tournaments and stuff. And that's, I believe, Moritz also got far in a turning stone, and then he was one other World Nine Ball Tour ranking event in the US somewhere. So yeah, big things started happening.
And how about this Pius? I mean, he stayed with D, played in local tournaments that you played in back in the day, that where I met you at and stuff like that. And now he's just like world class, blowing up. He's in this final eight. He's playing Victor Zelensky right now.
Yeah, he's playing great, but he's been playing great also for a long time now. But
Uh,
it's so tough to get through it. That's the thing people don't realize. It's like you can play such a high class speed and still not catch any break. Like you really need some luck at some point. Yeah, if you keep knocking on the door, you'll get there. But it can be, yeah, can be annoying. It just takes long sometimes.
yeah, I told these guys I wanted to play a game with you. I said I knew I met you like years and years ago. You were a good player. You were hanging out with D and stuff like that. And I know you've been doing a lot of commentating, a lot of these big matches, and that's great. That's really cool to have you on here. But I was like, I'm gonna play Guess His Fargo. So I'm gonna say like you're around a 770.
No, no, I'm lower. It's
No,
better. No, this is the good part. My Fargo sucks, so that's perfect.
you're sandbagging.
Well, I wouldn't call it sandbagging. I'd rather
I did
have a
not look.
couple of
I
days
didn't
off.
look it up or anything. I mean,
No, I believe I'm like 750, 760 ish. I
okay,
think it could be
okay.
higher, but I'm still working on that. So hopefully one day, just try to keep learning, try to keep growing, try to do good things, and hopefully it will happen. I mean, we'll see. Time will tell. Okay, so tricky layout, 4-7 tight. Two ball might go, but slight angle. So we'll have to kill the cue ball a bit. Not really sure how springy the rails are or anything. I crossed over. Would be great if he can play to the short side on the 4. One rail straight back up to play the 4 on the right side pocket, but he's looking to play a carom on the 7, brown 7 ball. Hopefully, my sound is not too horrible. Didn't really
I
bring
mean,
my equipment for this, so
oh, is this your phone?
this is just a phone. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
I get
mean,
back home tomorrow.
what do you normally do? A laptop with a headset?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it just sounds way better. So hopefully everybody can excuse me on this one.
Oh, yeah. I'm, I'm sure it'll be good. I'm gonna check it out right now for a second.
So okay, chose to play a safety on the 4. I don't think he froze up enough on the 7, so it might be quite easy to hit the 4 either over the left long rail or the right. I think the left is safer. On the over the right, there's a big scratch.
Oh, you sound good, man. You sound good.
Well, I got lucky then.
Yeah, you sound good. They say you sound better than I do.
Well, I mean, no.
I got a USB. I'm just using a USB headset because I found it's really easy to use Zoom with that. If you try to use a mixing board and everything, it's a lot more difficult.
Ooh, close to the scratch there. Has left a cut on the 4 and run into the 9 to hold the cue ball for the 5 in the side. It's tough because you don't want to hold the cue ball on this cut. Makes the cut really scary. So you want to actually strike the ball. So I might just try to wing at this 4 and run into the 9 and just hopefully not scratch in the left side pocket. So race to 10, alternate break, 9 on the spot. Tough format. Yeah, I don't mind him playing safe on that 4. Like, it was really scary, and he's played really good pace on that. We will see Carlo with the jump cue and try to get distance, but he's played really good pace. Tough to get it hooked behind the 9, crossing that angle. He's looking at kicking. I just don't see where you're gonna push the 4 over the left bottom corner. Jump cues are allowed, I would say, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to jump and try to catch it half ball, send the cue ball to the top left corner, get distance, and you've got quite some balls to get, well, lucky or safe. It depends how you look at it, but
Yeah, behind you. Not quite.
well, could have left more. So that's the good news, but can be hooked behind the 8 now. 2 rails, opposite sides.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow and all that good stuff on social media like you have been doing. That's why our viewers been growing up. Um, I mean, people have listened and followed my broadcast for nearly, 14, 12 years. But when you do matches with these players' calibers, you find all kinds of new friends to talk. Ooh, that's a bad hit, isn't it? He clipped that five.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
for
the
sure.
referee
Yep,
is
yep.
seeing it. Yeah. Ooh. Well, first good chance for Morris. The main important thing for Morris, I would say, is to capitalize on this mistake and then a break a run and try to keep that distance because,
Yeah, then you'll
well,
be ahead.
well, yeah, with the alternate break, it's if he can start breaking Carlo from the beginning, then he's gonna put a lot of pressure on Carlo as well throughout the whole match. And it shouldn't be too tough here. Low left draw, center of the table, almost everything is fine. I think we are playing 4-1-8 pockets. So not too tight with the new cloth. So
Oh, is that what they?
you
I
would,
don't. I don't even know what they are. I mean, I know they're not 4.5, but I figured they were at least 4.25 or
yeah,
something like that. But I
usually
didn't
it's like,
know.
yeah, usually it's like 4.25, but I would imagine them, as it's also WNT event, they like the tighter pockets, and I would expect them to at least be 4-1-8. And then still with the sliding cloth, that plays fine. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. Yeah, great technique this young man has. If you look at how still he stays on his shot,
I
it's a
mean,
lot of quality.
that's so important. I mean, it's just the most important thing there is, I believe.
I mean, it's not always easy with the pressure on you. You know, you start moving a little bit because you get tense, but he just stays so pure. You know, that's yeah. I mean, it's a huge thing. But of course, we will have to see that towards the finish line. The beginning doesn't really say much. Everybody should be comfortable in the beginning of a match.
I mean, I mean, you played on bar tables over here. I mean, you can get away with having sloppy fundamentals on a bar table. When you bring that to the big table and you move around and stuff, you're going to miss a lot of balls.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with bar table pool, but on a bar table, if you move a little bit, you might still make the ball, especially if you
Yeah.
start playing valley. You get so many bad habits from playing valley pool. For example, it's
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm so terrible. I mean, I'm horrendous. So,
no, but it's a big thing, you know. If you play valley pool and then go on a 9 footer, one, the pockets are gonna be tight. Two, you're gonna be moving all over the place with your body, so your stroke is not straight.
balls except the rails, take a lot more of the ball on a table like that as well. So it does if you miss it and still you're on the rail, it's still going in a bar table.
Well, it's kind of funny. I feel like you have to actually aim on a 9 foot. Sounds really arrogant, but like on the 9 foot, you really have to aim on the ball.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's see second rack. Both did break a little bit thick. Cue
Man,
ball goes quite quite
he
up.
moved that nine ball far from the. I mean, that nine ball typically doesn't go too far out of that template rack area, but
Well,
it
it
moved
was
a
it
lot.
was it was not by the cue ball, so I'm a little bit wondering. Probably a different ball caught it. Now, I would probably like to cut this too with a lot of left and try to go in between the 6 and the 4, because if you catch the 4, you should have something on the 3. If you catch the 6, you play like 7 out of 10 speed, maybe 6 out of 10. Like you kind of let the cue ball go in there with a positive speed. I think that you could really get a nice shot after. I wouldn't try to play too cute. Oh,
Yeah, he didn't even
well,
try to get into there.
he didn't even try. Yeah. Well,
No,
maybe
no.
he had maybe he had a wrong angle, but he has to play safe here, guaranteed. See, he's looking at banking the three ball out, cue ball one rail, stick with the six. As long as, yeah, well, it should be fine. Even if it hits the four, should be okay. Well, and the main thing about this shot too is that he blocks that left long rail, so there's no really easy one railer over the left side. The best window Carlo might have is to go in between that 6-4, but that's a small window too. Yeah, what else does he have?
I think that's
I
what
would,
he's looking at, actually.
I think it's his only real shot. But then,
I think you're going to hit the four, really.
well, he could go over the short rail with a lot of right spin, top short rail, right spin, and make an angle to come into the three. But I don't know what's more difficult, trying to feel that spin, or you try to find the window between the 6-4. Well, I guess is he gonna play one rail?
He's trying to probably avoid that eight ball. Just get luck. Just get
Oh,
a
I
hit
think
on it.
I really
Man,
like his play there because he played it short with a lot of left, so he made some out there. Still, not so much luck he could get there because there was a lot of space around the three ball. Most of the balls are near the rail, so it was tough to get the save.
I think he openly sees this contact point past the eight.
Well, he can make the three, I believe,
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying.
he's got maybe a slight angle towards the five, so it's not like an easy stun angle out. He might have to go forward, but on the sliding plot, cue ball opens on the second rail, so you might run into the six. Oh, he's hit that great. Played that with a lot of top spin, just a touch of inside spin, because the inside would make it more wide. He did put a big curve on the cue ball. Just, yeah, he got too straight on the four, but that was the risk he kind of took there. So he's gonna play. I don't think he's gonna play for a bank on the five. I think he's just gonna bank the five ball up table and try to get the cue ball. Oh,
Man, did he cheat that ball?
I just, but I kind of felt like he miscued or something funny happened
Okay. Well, he's looking
because
at it. I
yeah,
mean,
he
that.
looks weird too. Like I cannot imagine him missing a ball that much. Like that
Yeah,
was
and
not
it's,
natural.
and it still went in.
I cannot believe what happened there.
I'm scared. I have instant replay, but I'm scared to use it. It might just lock up the computer. It's all crazy.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just
It was funny. Yeah, you can
people
go
can
back
always
and
go
look at
back.
it.
But that was weird. He's played a good shot here, though. I mean, it's not frozen to the six, but he's played good pace, got distance. Now I do like to go two rails, long rail, short rail. Try to kick it from the top side into the five, send the five down table. Ideally, the eight in between, but yeah, as long as you get the five safe, that would be nice. Now he does have the tendency to sometimes kick a ball in, like he does do that quite often. So he might kick this in the side and have shape on the six as well. Oh, look at how well he's hit this. This is brutal. He's hit this so great. Wow.
Yeah, he's got
This
to
is
get
the
behind that ball pretty good.
this is the most horrible feeling you can get, because that save Moritz played was really not bad. Like I said, he was supposed to maybe freeze up on the 6, but he really didn't play a bad shot there. So now same thing, probably one reel. I don't like the two reels here, so one reel into the 5, and I'm gonna try and kick 7 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10 speed, because you need distance. So if you catch it like half ball, the cue ball can go 2 rails up table, and the 5 stays low. So I would probably try to kick the right side of the 5. He is. Oh, he's got the jump
I
cue.
mean, yeah, he's got his jumper. I mean, that's pretty
Wow.
close to get over. He better have some air in that.
Yeah, but they are so comfortable nowadays too with being so tight on the ball and jump it. Like I would not even consider jumping here still.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, if he gets over this, it makes a good hit. That's pretty incredible as it is, because it looks like it's only like an inch and a half away almost.
He doesn't have the full ball to jump over. That's the good news.
We,
Oh,
oops,
cue ball.
that can happen a lot when you jump.
Yeah, but
A lot of bad
if
things can happen, but
if you look also like what else was he supposed to do with the cue ball?
yeah, if he doesn't
He
hit it, he
already
gets the ball in hand anyway. So
yeah, he actually made a quite decent shot. It was a decent attempt to get distance. Just happened to scratch. He could have had the 8 in between, and then everybody would have screamed what a shot. So it just depends a little bit. Well, this is gonna be a roadmap anyways. Just make sure you gotta stay in line. Leave yourself angle from the 8 to go back up table for the 9. Shouldn't be too crazy. Straight draw over, or maybe one reel out if he likes to play less draw. But well, he's got plenty of angle on the 8, so to level the score. Little chance there for Moritz to win this game and take that guaranteed lead. That 2-game lead is in this format is the best thing that can happen to you.
let me run this promo real quick. This is my tech. This is my tech business. Cut the cord, cut the box, go mobile, and let's get streaming. Hit me up. Thank. All right, guys. We're in a busy pool room. We've got some great improvements in the industry here. You can now get an entire month for a free trial of Let's Get Streaming TV service. You heard me. It's a fantastic deal. You can't turn down. We'll help you configure it, and you will have an entire month. Hit up TvMike, and we'll get back to you and get you going. The best apps, the best tech support, the best service you can get in this industry. I promise you, you won't regret it. Get our deluxe package for $44.97 a month. Cut the cord, cut the box, go mobile, and let's get streaming. Hit me up. Thank. Just in time. Hey, Tim, do you remember? When they changed the U.S. Open over to the International Open? Is that when he changed it from winter breaks to alternate break?
Ooh, I don't think so because that year I have played, I believe, the last U.S. Open in Virginia, and that was 2016 or 17. I believe that was still winter break. Um, but I also think Pat kind of revamped this tournament. Like he kind of like wanted to do how the International Open used to be, but then a little better, and also make sure all the players are happy with the format. I think in any game in pool, the magic rack. If you're playing with magic rack, you should be playing alternate break, just because it's you get
Oh,
way
sure,
too many.
yeah,
You get
yeah.
way too many same layouts. So especially on this pro level, if you get that magic rack, the layouts they can get quite the same. Of course, with this cut break, it's a little different,
Well, nine
but
is on the spot as well.
yeah, like it's kind of the same. So of course, with the break box and all those rules, sure, they made a little difference, but I just feel that most of the players will be happy to play this because they can actually put a big grind on there, and they'll at least get the chance to break. So another dry break from Carlo. Actually, it's now 2 out of 2, no ball on the break. Failed to make the one. And key shots was definitely to get from the 1 to the 2, and now shape on the 3. If he can get decent shape, because he still needs to come back out for the 4, so he needs angle. So he's now probably gonna go 2 rails in between the 5 and the 8, and then it just depends on how well he hits the speed. Well, a little rub on the 5, has a shot on the 3, but will have to go perfectly in between the 7 and the 4 to land. So if he plays a little bit too much outside spin, he catches a 7, he's done. If he puts too much top spin or not enough spin, he might run towards the 4. So this is sensitive. He does check his outgoing line quite a bit though, so I would say he'll stay in control.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off this headset for a minute. I'm gonna do some promotion, and I'll be around though.
Yeah, I will talk pool
Oh
like
yeah,
I usually.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Well, he's played that great. If you look at the pace, a little more firm or too soft would have been disastrous. He's played that really well. And he's now checking to see if the 5 goes to the top left corner. And if that goes, he only has to slice this 4 ball in to real shape. It's a good chance as long as he stays focused on his own breaks, because he's been stealing now. This is another chance to steal on Carlos' break, but if he fails to do so on his own break, they get square every time. So it would be nice to, yeah, to see him keep his foot on the gas on his own break as well. Yeah, I think he can still hold on the 5. Trickiest shot I would say is probably to get from the 8 to the 9, just because there is some traveling, but he's in a wide open position here. I think this would be pool player's favorite position because it's so wide open. You can travel the cue ball. Now let's see if he leaves himself around the center of the table, or if he gets the cue ball over to the right long rail to bring the cue ball around from the 8 to the 9. I think he will play to the center of the table because he's got a quite compact style, so he doesn't do too much traveling. He keeps it quite simple. probably did the best he could do from the 8 to the 9. So a little trickier 9. Just got to make sure he stays down. Just don't pinch at this ball. Just make sure you still stroke the ball. Make a follow through. Okay, so Moritz Neuhausen, 2-1. Race to 10. So we'll be in here for quite a bit. Yeah, just will be interesting to see how this tournament will go. I believe filler, of course, is still in. That's going to be interesting because everybody knows what has happened in the last couple weeks or months. So, of course, would be brutal if he goes on to win this tournament. He's playing Niels Fine, though. Niels, who just beat Federer. So, the Terminator on the rampage, too. And, of course, there's plenty more of outsiders. Glad to see Piers Lebut is still in. One of the Ohioans. Okay, so Rec 4. Oh, look how pretty he's hit this. Made the 1, just not really shape on the 2. So I guess he's gonna push the 2 next to the 4 and bring the cue ball 1 real underneath the 9. Unless the screen might look a little different and he has a cut on the 2 ball. Well, stick it with the 9. Yeah, I think he's hit it great. I don't think Carlo has a kick going over the right long rail. That was the main objective. Yeah, I just wanted to say hi also to all the people I've met over the years, of course, most of it in Ohio. Um, just hoping all is well. I think I seen Jason, John in the chat. So glad to see you guys tuned in. Hopefully, great match. Of course, I'm rooting for my European buddy. I mean, that's what we do, but definitely will be a good match to watch. A bunch to learn. And Moritz definitely pulling the strings on Carlo a little bit. Not many opportunities to get comfortable. Oh, wow. Just Fabulous what he did there. Yeah, the only bad thing you can say about oh about Moritz, his safety there is that there was not two balls in between. So the jump was a little bit more on, but he's definitely pulled one out of his high head there, Carlo Biado. And one more shot there too, because if he ran into the 5, this 4 would have been horrible. Now he actually has a good chance, can stunt to the center of the table. The more he can come out, the better, of course. Okay, well, he's got great shape on the 5. Um, well, hopefully, when there's maybe a couple more tournaments also in the area, that would be nice to definitely visit West Jefferson again. But it's been a couple years, just very busy traveling, practicing, the commentary on the side as well. Oh, he's got perfect on the 6 as well. That was key shot right there. He's got perfect. So this is to level the score. Yeah, I was just chatting with D earlier. I'm for sure gonna play Derby, or at least that's so far the plan, to play Derby again. So if you want to have another shot at my money, you should just come out to Derby, I guess. Yeah, so two each. Of course, the run out after, when he got the shape on the 6 to the side, the run out after was quite easy. Definitely would expecting both guys to get out there. So two each. Let's have a look on the side, because obviously there's a lot more action going on at the same time. Let's see. Currently loading the page. I see all the other matches. They will be. No, that's not true. Two of them they're gonna be streaming in the
Hey
TV
guys, it's
arena, but the
TvMike.
other
I've got a
table
really special support raffle going. It's
is
actually been going
probably
for a while,
scheduled
but
after
I
this.
figured
So
since I'm
there's one
doing
more
all this
match
great
coming:
content
Joshua
here that
Feller
I'd
and Niels
probably get some
Fyan.
more support. It's $2,000 choice raffle. It's about 80% of these cues that you see you could pick from, or you can trade up with the value. So it's a 100 spot tip board, 1 for $20, 3 for $55, and 6 for $100. I have the tip board here. I can just put your name on the spots. You can use a Venmo, you can use a PayPal, and you can also use a Zelle, which I will show you the QR code so it goes straight to my Zelle. Thanks for the support.
Well, now this time he has found the 1 in the side, shape on the 2, and if the 5 goes past the green 6 in the bottom left corner. And this layout is really good. There's a 7-9 combo wired, so just gotta make sure you get to the 5. If the 5 does not go to the bottom left, try to get straight or a small angle towards the long rail on the 4, so you can draw back down to play the 5 in the right corner pocket.
It's 2-2, right?
Correct.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't. They haven't. They're not using their tablet or something.
Hey, Mike, I also just seen that I
Yeah.
believe the filler and Niels match is not on the pay-per-view because it
Oh,
says table 5, I believe it
oh, right
says. So
now it seems like they're going to put it over here after this one.
yeah, exactly. So
Well, that's nice.
yeah, I mean, I'm in for that one.
That's humongous.
I mean, if you like to,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if you get some viewers, because I can understand they might run, so it's yeah, it just depends. Okay, does this mean the 5 ball goes?
Well, you know how these cameras are sometimes.
Yeah, I got robbed. Well, this 6 ball. Let's see if he holds the cue ball or he just goes twice the short rail, just back and forth. I think he will let the cue ball go, but no. See, he killed the ball there. I was surprised, but he's got a hanger combination. So first lead for Carlo this match, 3-2.
Yeah, that's kind. They must have. I mean, I don't know. I guess they figured that they don't have enough time. 8:15 is the Georgie and Yap match on the bracket, at least.
Well, let me see what I just looked at because yeah, I seen Simonis, Ermit, TV Arena, Georgie, Georgiev, and Aloysius Yap, and then it says Joshua Filler and Niels Fine, table 5. That
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is table 5, so I guess
This is table 5. It'll be right up
oh
after this.
you're gonna have a one heck of a match right there.
Yeah, I will stop and start the stream, however, to cut the files, but I'm sure all these lovely viewers will come back to watch that competition.
Well, also some things that most of the people don't consider is that, of course, this is a WNT event, ranking event, and Filler, I think he's just on a rampage. Like he's trying to show everybody that he's the best. I'm not arguing if he is or whatever. Like I'm not going towards that path, but he is definitely proving a point here. So we'll have a killer match coming up after this.
So
Oh,
you were saying this Georgiev? I've never seen that name. I mean, where's he from? I don't even recognize that flag actually.
Bulgaria.
Okay, Georgiev.
Yeah, Georgie
Very
Georgia.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a very solid player too. Has a big grind. He works out a lot. He stays in good shape. He shoots very straight. Like, yeah, I mean, he's a European. Like, what else can
Right,
I say?
right, right. He's
Yeah,
ready to go in a marathon and everything else.
yeah, yeah. He's playing a really good tournament. He's won one event in Seattle, I believe, this year, and now, yeah, now he's already doing well in this one. So he's actually starting to step it up big time.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with that name. Is he a young player?
Yeah, like most of the guys. Like I think he's 26. Let's
Hmm.
say 26. So I mean that's also where you see most of the players on the tour peaking. If you look at Moritz, Pius, Josh, um, then Georgiev, and I'm probably Honasuto. Like there's plenty of those. Like it's like we just opened a new can of them.
Hmm.
Oh, this was risky.
Man, look at this. I mean, in his mind, does he say, "I'm going to take it here. I know it's going here. It's going between these balls. I know exactly what it's going to do."
I just think that he felt like okay, as long as I just get right in front of the side pocket, the line should be quite decent. And with that pace too, he was never going to get hooked. So that's also like as long as he played a decent pace on it, but he's played it really well. Maybe come up a little bit too high on the two, but can draw at least above the seven, so won't have to run into that as well. Yeah, and before you know it, this is the thing with nine ball. Most of the time, it's just one or two big shots. Sometimes it's just one safety battle on one ball, or you just have to play that one huge position. And now after, like he can play this with full draw, get center of the table, and any position he gets on the four should be fine. Can play top spin with right also on the three. Just shouldn't be too tough from here. Straight draw back to where he is now, maybe a little shorter.
Oh, they must be just announcing that game. That game's just about to snap off now. 5:30. Okay, so they're just announcing it. Pius and Victor, the young Europeans.
Oh yeah, I forgot Victor in that list of the
Yeah,
open
I
up
mean
another
that
can.
guy's even younger. I mean, isn't he?
Yeah, let's see. I believe he is 23, possibly. I mean, I'm not a walking Wikipedia, but I think I know most of them quite okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Well,
funny. It's funny how everybody's so close, but they all have amazing different qualities.
I mean, it's crazy, man, because we don't have like Americans that are like, this guy's gonna be an 800. I mean, you know, our Americans, we got this Lucas, we got. I mean, we do have some players that are upcoming, but they're around 750, at the most, really. It's like they can't get there unless they lift weights and just get sponsored by their government or something. I mean,
Well, I just think that in general, it all starts with the fundamentals they get taught from the beginning, and then they play. Like if you look at how many hours they play, like just constant practice, just by themselves. They are practicing 4 or 5 days a week, and then they go
yeah,
to a tournament. They try, they make mistakes at the tournament. They go back home,
they try to learn
practice
from
on
them.
those mistakes. They become better, do
Yeah,
more drills. They go to the next tournament, achieve a better result, but make new mistakes, and just over and over. Like it's just a constant thing, like for years long.
and it's all 9 foot tables.
Yeah, 9 foot tables only. We're not
Yep,
even interested in bar table.
right. That's a huge comparison to obviously the United States. Nope, he did.
Oh,
He did not make the one in the side. Good, kicked
well,
away.
it's just interesting how the cue ball ran off the five and bumped the one out of the way. And look at like this is just wide open layout,
Yeah,
right?
now he's dead open on the one.
Dead open on the one, but look, what is he? gonna have to do with the cue ball. Just gotta make sure he gets off the rail from the 2 to the 3, get to the center of the table on the 5. You cross over, same thing to the center of the table. 7, 8, 9 is in the bottom. This is a gift. Just gotta make sure he doesn't get straight on the 2. Then things could get ugly. If you get decent on the 3 ball, 4 is next to it. There's really really small traveling to do. That's it. Yeah. He's got a nice angle, center of the table.
Hey, when you guys are over there and you're practicing at the Hague and all that type of stuff, are you guys still playing straight pool? Is that like a discipline that people are still playing over there to train with?
Well, I gotta say it's kind of getting slim. Like
Okay.
there's not so many tournaments. Like we do play this in practice, and especially that's one of the things why the Germans are so solid. And well, their standard is just really high because they play a lot of straight pool, and there's like
Hmm.
so many guys that can run 100, maybe 200. Like
Yeah, I mean
I'm
you're a
quite sure you
champion
can.
if you can do that. I mean it's like super consistent. I mean you miss one ball, you're just like down on yourself for a week.
Yeah, but just imagine like there's probably 10 guys that will run 200 plus if you give them like a week of practice and like they really chase it. Because you cannot count out like Oliver Ortman. Um, well,
Yeah, that's
I'm not sure about Ralph, but there's so many. If you take Joshua, Oliver, Moritz, and then there's so many in their league too. Like Christoph Reimering, he won the World Cup of Pool with Joshua 1 year. He's a huge straight pool player as well. Like, yeah, Tobias Hoyes. There's plenty that can run 200, and yeah, there's not so many countries that have this.
right. Yeah, when I did the Derby straight pool event, I mean they were super excited about competing in it.
Yeah,
Like,
listen, most of the countries they get that scared whenever they see straight pool challenge. Oh, I have to buy in for 200. Oh, they start like freaking out. The Germans, they're lining up.
yeah, we got straight pool coming up actually. I'm not sure when it starts, but they're doing the American straight pool. It's like the only I think it's the only straight pool event left in America because we had the Derby 14-1. I did it for like 7 years, and then they killed it. And then the next year I did a bank. I was allowed to do banks. And then after that, I haven't been back personally. But they killed the 14-1. They couldn't get the support for it or what have you. But it was
Well,
fun while it
I also
lasted.
feel they lost those tables and they really needed the tables. I heard something about this, but I mean overall,
Right, because there
it's
were so
kind of
many people there. Yeah,
overall it's just sad because it's a good game. I've learned a lot playing straight pool, and I probably should play a lot more straight pool still.
I was there when Filler just came out of nowhere and like ran a 253, right? Just and he had never. I mean, he played the game obviously because you said like, but like as far as being serious about it, like, and Jason Shaw was the same way. I mean, obviously he went on to break crazy amounts of records and everything. But just such a good shot maker and just he just adapted to it and they say, back then they were saying, well, if Filler really wanted to do it, he could do 5, 7, 600, whatever. You just
Yeah, I
gotta
mean,
practice. I mean, it's crazy.
there is always the what ifs, and yeah, I mean, also the same thing. Like Jason did it on the big buckets.
Yeah, different. Yeah, I get it. There's a standard that he was like, this is what I want to do it on, and then somebody else says, well, that might not be so real because you didn't do it on this. But
Yeah, or give other players a chance too to do it on the
on
same
the same
equipment.
equipment, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
so I mean, there's always a thing to say. In the end, you cannot say Jason's run was not great. So just depends, of course. There is no good or bad in this situation. I mean, people are just pushing themselves to be the best, and they're still showing up.
Order
Okay.
three, guys. Yeah, I just figured because you were European and everything, and you had. I mean, that's your environment. I figured that was probably something that you would know a lot about, actually. Because
Wow, I feel
nobody plays that game over here, and I think you make the most balls within the shortest amount of time consistently.
yeah, yeah. That's why it's so great for practice, and you got to think so much ahead, like with bumping the balls, opening clusters. Shapes have to be perfect. You have to leave yourself good angles. Sometimes you will have to do something aggressive. So yeah, just there's a lot in it. Now he's playing for a 2-8-3
Uh,
combination.
yeah, I
Quite
would
clever.
think. Yeah, you would have to. It would make the most sense.
Just gotta make sure that if he makes this, that the eight either goes off the long rail a bit to clear the pocket out, or that there is a 2-8 combination after. So I wouldn't play this too firm. Yeah, similar to this. I
Hmm.
think it's just okay. Or he
Yeah.
looks he looks devastated about it, but
Right. It looks. I
from
mean,
here it
it looks like it goes right. I mean,
yeah
I
yeah. I mean,
think probably should have hit it harder, but
well, the thing is also with he still has to play draw to get on the four because he will have to play the four in the side pocket. So and because of the draw, if he catches the long rail, the two ball might hang up. That's probably why he's been a little bit tricky about it. He's even looking at playing it two rails, get to the left side of the four, but well, we will see soon.
I mean, I think I mean, you play the Kirim, then you stay up there for the two.
Yeah, I would just
Oh,
feel
he's doing a power
making good.
stroke.
Well, but he also still cheated the pocket there, so he had plenty of odds actually to get on the four.
I have a friend from Philadelphia from the streets that wants to send his regards to you. Russian Kenny. I talked to him earlier. He's like, "Oh
Oh,
yeah, I know Timmy. He's a good kid. Tell him I said hello."
yeah, it's always good to see Kenny. Always probably see him at Derby. Hopefully, it's been a
Ye-
little bit since I've seen him.
yeah, you won't see him at Derby.
I won't.
No,
Oh,
no.
that's sad. Well, hopefully he's doing a little better than when I seen him last time. Well, Moritz got a little bit funny on this six. Still has the cut. Might have to run the cue ball three rails around the seven. Play seven in the bottom left. I don't even think he can get there. He might have to play the seven in the top left corner. Just make the ball. At this point, I'm like, just don't miss it. No, he still had the three rail shape. Nice. Well, that's gonna be a big thing. 5-3 up. It's not too bad.
That's good, sir. Don't concede the ball, though.
No, I mean, why would you concede the ball? It's like it's gonna like how much time is it gonna save you? Just yeah,
Well, if we're gambling, we do it a lot.
yeah, true, but
You do
I
that
think
here,
a
you
close.
lose the game. You lose the game.
Yeah, and yeah. Just a game. I was gonna say maybe one game more, but
Actually,
I
that might be the rule.
I think you might lose that game plus one more because
Right.
you gave up on that. Plus, well, you shouldn't be doing that, so you lost one more. And I agree. I mean, like it's not gonna hurt anyone, and the game still has to be finished officially.
Oh, the referee is announcing the score over here for us.
Well, one thing though, if Carlo wants to make it a close match, he will have to break a little better. He has to make the one.
Left side. There you go. Right on the money.
Well, no money on that two ball.
I see that.
But still, he's got a decent chance. Can definitely make something happen. He's got a big target to get safe in the top left corner. So two ball can go to the bottom short rail, cue ball. Three rails glued with the four. Or is he gonna try and stick with the seven? No. Oh, cue ball. Oh, cue ball. This is really careless. He didn't even think about that. Wow. That's such a huge mistake. And especially with
Mm.
this score line, because Moritz now, if he clears up, he could potentially go up 7-3. And then with alternate break, it's so tough to kill that.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was in the chat room answering a question. We are in St. Augustine, Florida. At least they are. I'm in Ohio, and he's in Deutschland somewhere.
Netherlands, but almost. I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. Dutch, yeah.
Yeah, I might not get the same kind of viewers like Buffalo, but I'm a little bit different too, so it's fine.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit about it, but I didn't even listen or anything, so
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't.
He'd probably say, "Well, you insult my friend. Let's play for 20,000."
Well, if he gives me weight, I will consider it.
Right.
Oh, look at this little roll. I like how that's turned out. He's played a little risk there, like took a little risk, a little gamble, but got nice on the four, guaranteed two row shape on the five. Would like to be quite straight on the five ball though. Like, don't get too much angle. Well, he's left himself quite a big angle. I don't think he can go forward three rails, so he's gonna go in between the nine and the seven out, then leave himself quite straight on the six. Unless he plays a little bump on the nine, but if you don't catch the nine nice, it might run from you.
Is he short on this, right? I mean, am I missing something?
Yeah, maybe a hair, but the main thing is that he has big angle, so moving the cue ball will be easy.
Right.
I think he can still softly float over past the side two rails, but he would have liked to be a little straighter. Well, it's a big shot. There's some pressure on this. Yeah, some good cue ball control. Stays in line well. Of course, when I say that, he gets himself shooting over the nine. But I think he's still okay. It's just small elevation.
Yeah. Oh man, I've said things that made top players miss straight in balls before.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing with commentary. I mean, I don't believe in commentators' curse. People are just too weak sometimes to, yeah, well, to actually take the blame for the fact that they missed a shot.
Yeah.
Like, it's just what people do. I mean, I'm not saying I never did that, but I'm not gonna blame that one commentator that said, "Oh, he looks a little bit straight," and then I hung
Yeah,
the
I mean
ball.
nobody's gonna ever blame the commentator, but like uh, as far as like it happens a lot and it's funny. Like and people are watching, they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Listen to what he just said." You know what I mean? Like steady and focused. 6-3
Well, and
stretches his
he's
lead.
breaking. He's breaking too. Huge. Okay, so let's see the other table. Might have
Oh,
to refresh.
I don't think they're reporting the TV table score while it's going on.
Yeah, I have a feeling too because I don't really get the scores. Would be nice to keep everybody updated that's watching this, right?
Yeah, sure. We can, if anything, I can probably like listen in the background a little bit because they announce it, or but I think it's 0-0 on digital pool. But they've been playing for 20 minutes, so it's probably somebody's probably out of a rack.
Yeah, well, it's just because Piers is playing. Makes me curious. Would be
Sure.
nice to see him make a big score.
Hmm. Have the payouts been posted anywhere? I mean, this is not your standard tournament, but they're probably somewhere. I mean, first
What
is
did?
like 40,000, I think.
Yeah, similar to that.
One in the
Yeah.
side.
Well, one thing I was looking at Carlos' break is that he was putting the cue ball slightly off the center to the left, and
Yeah, he was doing the other side. Yeah.
he was breaking on the right side of the rack, which I would find things way more difficult. I think also that's one of the reasons why he's had two or three breaks. I think two too thick because yeah, you're overcutting a ball. Your insides are scared to hit it too thin and not even move the balls. So yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but I guess it's been working because he's in the quarterfinals and I'm at home doing commentary with TvMike. So it's like
Right.
yeah, there must be a difference. Yeah, tricky shot here. I think I would bring the cue ball underneath the 4-9 because just pushing the two ball to the top short rail and not get any hook is really not so valuable.
So to me, he's like thinking about some sort of decision, which way he wants to do something. Because he's like, maybe this way, maybe that way.
Well, he could potentially go two-way, try to cut it in the corner. That's what he's looking at. Cut it in the corner and leave the cue ball behind the seven, like on the bottom side. And if he makes it, he gets the three to the top corner. Just one tough shot, but I feel the tables play a little bit loose. So he might have a big pocket on this. Oh, how well has he hit that? Look at the cue ball. He did need a little angle on the three to at least bounce out. So, or I wouldn't. Well, maybe it's a little bit too much. I'm
I mean,
thinking.
is he shooting? I don't, is he? I mean,
No,
he
I
might
think.
be shooting. I mean, he
Well, he
made
just
the
looked
other
like
one.
he's gonna.
No, he's ducking.
Well, he's also ducking in a good way. I mean, he's blocking the left side kick. The six is blocking the two rail kick. So Carlo will have to kick a ball that's quite in the open. One rail. The eight might be annoying to kick over the right long rail. So it's not an easy kick. I was just expecting after the first shot Moritz made, I was expecting him to do a similar thing on the three ball after.
Right. It was about the same family as shot, just the other side.
I mean, this is not gonna hurt him though. Just yeah, maybe he had a little bit more angle. You just don't know.
I mean, is this like right side of the eight with right hand spin to try to get this three ball?
Well, I might play with low right because you actually have to draw the cue ball short too. Like if I think he will have to kick towards like 2.5, maybe two, like second diamond, and then make the angle stroke like straight with a big stroke. As or is he going over the right side and then opening up with left? It's super sensitive. Came
Yeah,
up short.
that's what I was thinking. Well, I mean, he definitely leaves a shot.
Yeah, one good shot with right spin. Well, he's looking at going with left spin. I think I would like to check the cue ball to the center of the table on this top right.
Apparently, Pius won the first game.
Well, they could have played maybe a very long first game, but I don't think so.
Somebody in the YouTube chat room said it's 1-0, but that was a minute ago. But yeah, digital pool still says 0-0, so I think they keep the TV table under wraps. They just don't update it, or it's outside of the scope of the public.
Well, if anybody has any questions, I mean, I'm not too sure how worldwide your channel goes, but if anybody has any questions or wondering something, I might know something about players that you don't, or like just put them out there. I'm quite sure Mike will have a little peek at them once in a while, so I'll try to answer them. In the
Yeah, in
meantime,
the past 3 days, the subscriber numbers have gone up considerably. I mean, I've had all these world class players.
Yeah, this is huge content. I mean, not just the content, but this is how everybody would want to play pool. This is like the perfect example of how to play pool. So how would people not like this? I mean, this is my opinion. I love to watch this because this shows me what I have to do to win a tournament.
Hmm.
And in the meantime, I was gonna say he's about to go 7-3 up against Carlo, even though
Yeah.
most of the people they were expecting Carlo to probably beat Moritz 10-6, 10-7.
Well, if you made a bet, it looks like you'll probably be the winner.
So far, not bad, but I didn't bet on this. But if somebody wants to take Carlo from here, I'll make a little sweat. I mean, that's okay. Um,
You're
so
one of
probably
those.
no.
You're one of those guys. I find them guys all the time.
No, no. Listen, I'm wild. Oh, awkward on the rail.
Right. You
Awkward.
don't. Yeah, you don't want to be right there.
There's something. Maybe he got a little skid or something. He's asking the cue ball to be cleaned, but is he gonna clean? Yeah, I guess he's gonna clean the cue. Okay. This is a little bit scary sometimes though, because with the referee taking maybe a minute or two,
Hmm.
you just stand around. You kind of killed your flow, your momentum.
Hmm.
So yeah, just gotta be careful not to now suddenly put a weird stroke on that nine. Nowadays, I just try to stay in the same rhythm. So I try to do exactly the same thing I did on the eight to put that on the nine, just to keep going. And I mean, in this case, if I were Moritz, I would try to be walking the same way and approach the shot the same way.
Oh man, that dude is smooth, man. He don't move his head, his eyes, his chin, his elbow, nothing.
Yeah, he's been like this for many years. He's just been very straight. Is Yeah, it is very straight queuing. I don't cue this straight for sure. It's just a different level. So 7-3. This is either gonna be a huge upset or not a huge upset, but this is gonna be upsetting for quite a lot of people, or we are gonna see one epic comeback from Carlo.
He is up 2-0.
Yeah, it will be interesting too against Victor because Victor has really high gear, but I think Pierce's defense overall is better. So yeah, I think could be very good to watch as well. Just said it's on the pay per view, but
Yeah, I just heard him talking about it in the background, and then because they're announcing like I think they're announcing like every game, um, for the arena, so to speak, and then somebody in the chat room is also watching. So thanks for letting us know the score update. If you do want to get the stream package for the main table, if you use the address I know TvMike.live, it'll automatically apply a $20 coupon to your basket, to your shopping cart. If you don't use the coupon or don't use a referral code, you're not getting $20 off. So I imagine you would want to get $20 off, and that helps everyone bring the side tables. Helps me, um, to do all this stuff for you guys for free. Really.
yeah, so everybody check it out, I guess. I mean, it saves you money. Okay, well, this time Carlo has made the one. I think he might be breaking that weird other side of the ball because he can bring the cue ball more up table. But yeah, then again, no shot on the two. Is he gonna play aggressive bank shot, or is he gonna try tuck the cue ball underneath the eight, bank the two ball softly to the top short rail with a lot of right spin, trying to catch the eight and the seven in between? Oh, he still played the cut. It's not out of the woods yet. Big cut on the three, tough to get on the four.
It's $20 off the main package. He's like, well, if I get $20 off and I just buy a day for $15, does that mean Digital Pool will send me a check for a $5 refund? I don't think so.
That's a good try though.
Right?
Well,
It's
it's not
it's
bad.
it's for the main package only, I believe.
Now, is he able to maybe bank the three ball over to the top short rail and get the cue ball one rail over the short rail behind the four? I feel both corner pockets are so awkward to get shape. Or is he gonna cut and run the cue ball in between the 6-7 outs? But
It looks like he's gonna cut and spin this ball with the left. Oh,
yeah, missed it, hung it. He did get the hook, I believe, but still is quite decent to jump this.
yeah, I think he's got him like quarter of a ball maybe, but that three ball's pretty deep.
Yeah, well, the main thing, you can jump the three and you can run the cue ball towards the seven. You might run into the seven, you might run into the rail and then into the eight. Like, there's a couple good things that can happen. And if you put more elevation on the jump, the cue ball has more space to start rolling on the table too, because you land closer to the five. So you can take some speed off the cue ball as well.
It's a little
Should
far
be.
to jump. It's a little far to jump, really. But
Yeah, but if you put big elevation, you land right
I mean, heck,
past the
I
five.
might even mass say this ball, but
Yeah, it's just, I feel you kind of have to wing at this. Just make sure the cue ball goes up, and if you get hooked behind the eight, then so be it. But if you masse, you could scratch. You can catch it thick, have no shape. Yeah, yeah, I don't mind the jump on this.
I think these kids are on break.
I guess so.
Maybe, maybe.
I
Yeah,
think it would be weird in the middle of a game, but
yeah. I mean, they disappeared. Let's see what does Niels think about the alternate break format? You probably got to ask Niels, but I'm sure that uh, Kim, who actually probably knows Niels very well, probably looked up to him as an idol. Probably would rather play winter breaks. Is that true?
well, his perspective is a little bit different. I think, like I don't think he minds either way. He likes to play winner break and long sets and stuff. But most of the European events have always been alternate break, and he's been supportive because he knows he will always have a chance in alternate break. So I don't think he really has a.
Either way, he likes either way.
I think he'll play both. Yeah. I
Yeah,
just depend. I just think it depends. Like he's not gonna play like 9 ball one on the spot with a magic rack winner break because then it's just tap a ball and run out.
right.
So I think it will be depending on the format. I would say.
See, what I would do is I would definitely masse this ball because all the women that are around, they'll look at you really cool when you make that shot. They like that.
Yeah, that's why I jumped the
Mm,
ball because
They
nowadays
like
jumping is cooler.
they like them big draw shots.
Well, Moritz is going to show us soon, I guess. I think Moritz took that break because he realized that if he gets out on this game, I think he's gonna close Carlo out so bad.
I mean, it's
Like
like a
I,
lock. It's like a lock. I still think if you jump this, I mean
well,
these guys are. I mean yourself and this level. I mean, you're more than likely going to keep the cue ball on the table. But if you jump that, it's got a lot of energy in it.
well, the thing is, if you jump higher, the cue ball has more landing space to start rolling. So in this case, I would elevate more to just get past the five, just there, and then it starts rolling and it catches a three. If you try to keep it as level as possible, that's where it still is jumping into the three ball, and the cue ball can jump off the table. So he will try to find the in between, not try to be too level, but of course not over exaggerate. You see, he's jumping quite some angle.
Oh man, that was good.
I just
Look where the seven is, though. I mean, I don't know. Does he have this? Man, I can't tell if he's got this lane or not for the four ball.
well, I kind of have to consider that he does not have the four. If he has the four, he's quite fortunate. Um, but still, like I said, he had the seven or the eight to run into. He kind of had to take that little gamble there. No, he's kicking, but then again, with the kick, he could stick with the six. So he's still in a decent position to make something happen here.
It is. I mean, I think he can just openly see this ball now. If he can get it past the five, he can get something going for this rack.
Yeah, it's really tough to say if it goes past the five. He might lock up the cue ball with the seven. If it doesn't go, if it goes, you have to shoot.
Wow, the very very good the stick shot. Good shot to practice there.
Oh, it's just a shot that just comes up so many times in almost all games, not just one pocket or like really defensive games. Just any game has this kind of shot. So would have liked to take the kick out though because he still has the three rail. If he catches the three rail right side of the four, he could possibly make the four on the side. Cue ball could get behind the eight, seven, or six. He's got good chances here. I like his odds.
That's it. But it's definitely going to leave something. A lot of energy in the cue ball.
Yeah, maybe shot that a little bit firm, but he's also caught the four ball really thin, so not the ideal contact he had on the four, and a great chance for Carlo. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not rooting for Moritz. Like, I just would want to see a
Oh
close
yeah,
match.
you
But
know what, man? You could cuss here if you really want. I'm a. I mean, not every other word, just once in a while. If you want to bet, if you want to ask for action, if you want to promote a business, it doesn't matter to me. I want people to do what they want to do for the most part, as long as it's somewhat reasonable.
well, in that case, I just recently started to make my own Facebook page. It's called Tim Talks Cues and Travels. So if
Okay.
everybody would drop a like there, soon I will start posting all my updates over there. So yeah, just if anybody would like to follow my story, know where to find me. Tim Talks Travels and Cues, or Cues and Travels.
Yeah,
That's
send
it.
me that link, and I'll just throw it straight up in the chat room for you.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, you said I
Yeah, I
could
got.
promote myself, so
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Nah, I mean, I don't cuss, so that's the good news. Not so often. Let me see. How do I share this link? Huh?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, you can promote whatever you want to promote.
Let me just.
Oh my goodness, very
What has he
unexpected.
played there?
It looks
Wow.
it looks like he pulled the gun too fast almost.
Well, he's been looking a little bit odd to me, but to miss that ball, like, I don't know what's going on.
I mean, that's like the old two-stroke. It looks like.
Oh, what a chance for Moritz. He still had to play safe, but I mean, to be back at the table. Okay, so I did send you an invite to TvMike pool, I think it is. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see.
you should at least be able to get on my page. I'm not too sure with how to share it, but I'm shortly gonna start using that page because I'm starting to get to 5,000 Facebook friends. So I will have to start to look at a little bigger picture. Oh,
Oh man, I've had 5,000 friends full for like 9 years. It's frustrating because you can't do much. You can't do much else after that except
well, and also,
start a business page. That's all you can do.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm still gonna be active on both. Like, I'll be sharing anything that I will put on the Tim Talks Cues and Travels. But yeah, I would just like to make sure everybody gets the updates and not just the only ones that are my friends. Like, everybody's welcome. Okay, so let's see what he plays here. Just wondering, is he going aggressive, try to cut this and go back and forth? Or is he gonna try and just bother Carlo? Or is he gonna cut this and run into the 8-9? The 8 might not go.
Brother,
This
did
is
you make this page like when you're at the birthday party? You got like 3 likes on
well,
it. It's
I
brand new.
I made it yesterday, so
Oh,
it was a
okay.
coincidence
All
that you
right.
just came up with it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get some more likes
Yeah,
and
I mean,
follows over there.
for sure, I will put more updates and I will start filling the page in the next couple of days. But I will have to start playing. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, and obviously the spin has caught it thick. The inside spin pushes the cue ball into the ball, and he's caught it thick. I cannot even imagine what's going on right here. They are starting to make big mistakes. Still, cue ball is stuck on the rail. 6 is hanging in that corner, so cannot play a shape for the 7 in the top right corner. He might still jack up, but things can get wild. Oh, he's ran into the 7. Look at the cue ball.
Really?
Wow.
That's like half quarter rotation and it scratches.
Well, I would say he's very fortunate and unfortunate at the same time. I mean, he still has a shot on the 7, and he should have scratched, but on the other side, he did probably the best thing he could have played on the 6 ball. Like, it was tough.
Mm. I mean, this is no gimme either, especially when you've missed a couple shots recently. I mean, obviously you gotta forget about that, but
Oh, just
geez, you
don't play any spin. Just play plain ball, make the ball, and leave yourself whatever you get on the 9. Most of the people will start to try and cross over the cue ball, play with outside spin, and then miss that ball. Okay, so he pulls one back. 7-4 could have been 8-3, Moritz Neuhausen. But this is a mini comeback for the Filipino, the Pinoy. We might have a couple hundred Pinoys watching. Never sure.
actually
Whenever there is.
there's been a lot of people that just came in and they're typing in different languages, and I'm just like, hey, thanks for being here.
Well, I mean, these Philippine people, they smell when there's a Philippine player in action. Like
They
they
smell
just
it.
feel it. No, it's just like they wake up and there's like their sixth sense. It's like, oh wait, there is one playing, and they will find a link and they watch it. They're always there. It's a special gift. I think it's cool. Wherever they travel to, doesn't matter what country in the world, they will
Hmm.
find a group of fellow Filipino people that are pool fans.
Hmm.
Just wherever they go, it's unreal. I mean, I don't travel to Slovakia and meet Dutch people. Like that just doesn't happen to me. Okay, 7-4. Just have a look at the one ball. Makes it straight in the side. Good cue ball again. No luck on the 2. Think can I think he can play a good safety here. I think he can shoot the 2 off the 9. Just gotta make sure he doesn't hit the 5. He can stick the cue ball with the 5 ball. I think it's not too bad. Just depends. He looks like he's kind of disappointed with what he got. Could also play the 2 off those 2 balls and bring the cue ball behind the 4-3. Or the 2 off the 5, cue ball with the 9.
Oh, nice ball with the 5. Your buddy P.S. Labutis is hitting a gear. He's up 5-0.
Yeah, that's what he does. I mean, I, I've got my paddies whooped so many times by him. I'm used to it. Just, nah, I mean, obviously we've practiced a bunch. We've sparred a lot, so back and forth. But in the tournament so far, he's been doing just really steady. All the big tournaments, he's every time he gets to a single elimination, beats big names. So just waiting for that one big win. I thought it was going to be
Did
Derby
he
this year.
did he win one or did he got second somewhere, didn't he?
No,
Or
he got second to Feller in the Derby. He played. It
okay,
was
that's what I'm thinking
it
of.
was unreal. He played like 18 hours in a row, and then Alex Montpellier from France and me, we were watching this, and he's like down in the final. He has to get double dipped by Feller, and he gets down like, was it 8-1 or something, and he gets all the way back, and then at the end he missed the ball to run out to finish the match, and Feller still wins. That was disastrous. It was sick though. I mean, he played so well.
I remember that was where I mean I was doing a lot of tables down there remotely. Like I had my cameras up on the lights, like my personal cameras, and they were actually
Yeah.
doing doing better stuff than what we're doing here. And like that was just a grind. I mean, that was like a local tournament. That was like you had to stay up all night just to get there, and like it was kind of frustrating for a lot of the top players aren't used to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is also like if you want to see players play their best game ever,
Right, right. You don't want them.
you cannot you cannot
You don't.
expect them to do that
No,
18 hours. Like they'll
no.
have to play they have to play 2-3 matches a day in order so they can always be refreshed. They have eaten, they can work out, stay fit. It's just yeah, it's just different. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not the professional pool way. Let's say it like that.
Right. That would be like something, playing a tournament in Ohio where it's an Ironman style and it don't matter how many people come. We're gonna run it till it's done. We do those around here all the time. I fall asleep half the time at the camera,
Yeah, but it's also
at
a
the computer.
different kind of vibe. Like I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
these are also not people. They play that tournament because they want to play 20 hours in a row playing pool, and they don't have to do it for a living. They just want to go out and put that grind because they love it. If you have to start paying bills, you just want to play your best game ever, and it's really tough to do that when you play 18 hours in a row. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I have not seen a lot of them play great after 10 hours.
Right. Yeah, that's 50 PS. As far as that's what digital pool is telling me.
Well, I sure hope he's up. I mean, that would be great. Nothing against Victor, but PS is my buddy. This is a tough three ball, especially the shape on the four. I think he can go 2 rails, possibly 3 rails to the bottom side of the four, but he will have to jack up the cue a little bit, stun the cue ball, long three ball, of course. Or does he have a different plan? Looks like he's playing high ball. Is he gonna run into no? Oh wow, he's even played it better. Look at this. Wow, what a shape. Just gonna make sure you don't have too much angle on the five. Would be nice to get a really small angle on the five ball so you can play with top right to play the six in the top right corner. I think that would be ideal.
Yeah, listen, these cameras are not very with the highest lens quality for the color. That's why we struggle sometimes with which ball is that? It depends what camera it is, though, because some of them have shown up better than others. This one is kind of in between. I mean, this is all leading natural angles.
Well,
8-4.
yeah, 8-4 is coming. Just the only thing I was gonna say is if you by accident get straight on this 7 ball, things might get really annoying. Like you might get really bad shape. But that's the thing with these guys. Like they will never get out of line. Like it just, well, never say never. But if you look at how stable their game is, and then let's say he would get too short on this 8, he could still play the 9 in the side or get to the bottom of the 9. Like they know how to recover from that too if it happens. But
Nice kill,
most of the time,
nice kill
it's
shot.
just tic tac toe most of the time. 8-4. The German.
All right, we're gonna clean the balls, and I'm gonna run a promo. All right, guys. We're in a busy pool room. We've got some great improvements in the industry here. You can now get an entire month for a free trial of Let's Get Streaming TV service. You heard me, it's a fantastic deal. You can't turn down. We'll help you configure it, and you will have an entire month. Hit up TvMike, and we'll get back to you and get you going. The best apps, the best tech support, the best service you can get in this industry. I promise you, you won't regret it. Get our deluxe package for $44.97 a month. Cut the cord, cut the box, go mobile, and let's get streaming. Hit me up. Thank you. Back in action.
Mhm.
And the referee is announcing the score for our table as well. I can hear him. I don't know if you can hear the background. I tried to keep it low because, like, if there's music out there, sometimes YouTube will pick up on it, and then it's going to take hours to clean up the video.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really need them. Only if they randomly start arguing over stuff, then it would be nice to hear whatever they say. But in general, yeah, I mean, I don't have to hear the balls, for example. Should be fine. Look at this layout, too. It's going to baby this 2 ball into the 3. Just a little shout out to my buddy, Rob. Just texted me that he's watching. Said he was in the chat, but it's tough for me to open up the chat and watch the stream at the same time.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, YouTube's chat's pretty busy. We're doing pretty good on YouTube. It's nice to
Yeah,
build that channel up. Even though, I mean, you have to have a lot of views to make anything worth anything really, but I've got so much content over the years. If I dumped it all on YouTube, I would have one of the biggest pages of pool, but it would take me like a couple years to upload all the videos.
yeah. Just make sure you give Mike a like, or just make sure you follow his page. He does many streams, travels around a lot, so many different events too. So just make sure you check him out.
Yeah, come watch my local action matches. You'll have fun in them.
Yeah, yeah. Just don't watch Mike play, then you should be fine.
I mean, I agree. I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
I've been trying to play a little bit more. I won $250 the other night in a little set. Guys, like, I can't believe this. I mean, I broke and ran this rack, but like, I jumped the cue ball on a shot. Like, it was absolutely horrible. And then it caroms off another ball, and the ball goes in. And then I get on the other ball, and I make that ball, and I make the 8. And the guy's like, "What is going on right now?" Like, I just like totally fluked out. It was just horrible. I made a video of it. I got like 5,000 views of it. It was hilarious. I wasn't proud
Yeah,
of it. I said, "Listen, this is not good, but it's funny." So I laughed about it about 20 times every time I watched it.
yeah. I mean, those things usually do pretty well on social media. So
Well, I mean, he should be 8-5 here. There's absolutely zero reason why not to be.
yeah, I agree. Slowly, I feel Carlo starting to get a little run. Like it's not that Moritz is making big mistakes, but just not getting so much.
I mean, he won yesterday and walked down his opponent. I think he was down 4 games or something and come back and end up winning.
Well, and that's a really tough thing to do with alternate
Yeah,
break. Oh,
yeah.
look at that cue ball. Why would he have played it that way? Just gotta
Well,
say, Carlo looks a little bit different though. It's like his decision making is a little bit off, like a little bit different than he usually does.
hmm
Still a match though, 8-5 down. More it's
Oh yeah,
breaking, so
yeah. Eklik Kachi, yeah, he was playing fabulous. I mean, he was making balls like so naturally, and he was in the lead, and then Carlo just ended up winning.
yeah, so
Five,
many good players too in this tournament.
5-1. PS is in the lead. He let his opponent get a game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do once in a while, right?
Yeah, you got to keep your customer.
Keep your customer happy. Yeah. Okay, so if Moritz makes the one ball, I expect him to get shape on the two because the two is going to try and go 3 rails around the table, up table, but most of the time gets kissed. Oh, no, not even. No, that's if he breaks from the other side. This way, it will go near the corner, and another ball is going to stop it, and it will stay over the bottom left corner. Let's see if I'm right.
And I mean,
Oh,
these guys making that one consistently.
oh look at that little
That's a
bump
nice
from.
little bump. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. He's going to like that.
I mean, I think there's enough room on the three. Obviously, he's going to get natural from the two.
Yeah, I think that three is fine. Main thing I would be careful with is to get from the four to the five.
hmm
It's not so much the nine is in the way that awkward position to where you cannot give yourself the ideal angle to get from four to five. Just some traveling to do overall. If you look from four to five, five to six in the bottom. Nonetheless, still a great chances. Might go forward, stay underneath the nine, and then go 2 rails to play the five in the right side pocket and drop it back down. Well, did he get far enough? I think he has. I think he's perfect on the 5. Can follow the cue ball. Well, this is to get on the hill first. Moritz Neuhausen from Germany. Hasn't really made many mistakes overall if you look at the match. It's not like he's been missing balls.
No.
Most of these kind of runouts, he's played well, but now he kind of messed up. Of course, when I start explaining the fact that he can get on the hill and how well he's played,
Right.
proves himself this angle on the 7. Well, you still got to go. Like you can still go 2 rails to the bottom side of the 8. Possibly some nerves. I mean, he knows too that he's about to get on the hill against Carlo to get to a semifinal. This is a big tournament. Oh, how well has he killed the
I
cue ball?
mean,
He's played that with
I
inside
don't think
spin.
it's I don't think he's bothered.
Oh Lord, he played that so well. I mean, this was probably just the pool gods telling me I should shut up because he made a really great shot on the 7 ball. So 9-5, Moritz Neuhausen.
Well, I'm not really sure how to tell you this, but they all think you're Niels Fine, the Terminator. It must be the accent or something. In the chat room, they're like, Niels, that's the commentator curse.
Well, you know how often I've heard that because it's just the accent. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then of course he runs his own YouTube channel, so
Okay.
a lot of people get to hear his accent too.
Yeah.
So I've got
I know
my opinion.
he released a training program or something recently.
Yeah, but most of the videos he does, yeah, he speaks, so people hear that, but then they hear me doing on the
It's it's
stream. So
Dutch. It's Dutch, guys.
yeah, it's just a Dutch accent. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, listen, if they compare me to Niels, I mean, it's not really something bad. Like he's he's a great player. He's achieved a lot. So people compare him to me. I mean, or the other way around. It's not bad.
The party is over. He must be talking about the Filipino party. One ball in the side. I mean, these guys. When you just get to a tournament like this, are you just basically instantly going to practicing the break?
Well, I think your break, you should have already put all the hard work in before you get to a tournament like this. But then when you get there, you just only adapt to the conditions. Like the one is a little bit more sensitive on new equipment. So if you play on old club table, the break will be different than if you break here. But that's like if you can adjust, it shouldn't be too tough. I think in this format, the toughest thing to get is shape. It's just so random. Well, he's made 2 balls, shape on the 3. He's gonna try and make a run for it at least this match. How great would that be if he can get this 9 each?
I mean, I think he's probably got a 5% chance to win this match, really. But
Well, he's made some mistakes throughout the match. I mean, some mistakes even I wasn't expecting from him.
one guy in the chat room says he has a 99% chance to lose. I gave him, I gave him 5%.
Well, that was very kind of you, Mike.
I mean, that's because I know how good, he is. And then he does. I mean, that's not very good.
Well, even if he had the shape on the five, he still had to get on that seven ball as well. So he was far from being out in this rack. But this is definitely going to be a safety. I think he's going to try and bank the five ball two rails to the other short rail, to the bottom short rail, and run the cue ball into the seven. And then it
Right,
hooks behind the nine.
right. I see it. Easier said than done, really, especially with a bridge. He's
Oh, he's
overhit it.
missed the seven.
Yeah, he's overhit it a little bit, but he's hooked on the six, it looks like to me.
Yeah, second prize. It's not too bad. And now Moritz is probably gonna love the two rail kick because if you kick the five to the side pocket, you can land behind the 6-8. You can push it all the way to the top short rail. Oh, is he jumping? These guys, they just jump too well. Like I look at this and I say, "Oh, I love to kick this." He just pulls out the jump cue and makes it probably. No, okay. I'm
I mean,
glad he's kicking.
yeah, this would be far to jump.
Well, it's a tough cut too, and you're not guaranteed to have the shape. Like I don't mind jumping, but I like kicking. Probably will have to be close to like 1.5 diamond. Just gotta make sure you hit the right side of the five. Just don't hit the left because then you probably sell out.
That's right. You root for the underdog and you bet on the favorite. That's what usually I do in the games.
Oh
Slow down.
no!
Hmm.
You know how they say this in Spanish? No, no bueno.
No mas. Yeah.
No mas, no bueno. Well, mm, I mean, still has a little bit of work to do. Can leave the six in the side, run into the seven or the nine. This is his own break, so the more it should just stay focused on whenever he breaks and clear up on his own break. That's the only thing he should think about at this point. Oh
Man,
wow!
yeah. I mean, it looks like he jumped up.
But that stroke looked really short too. Like it was really tense. Like he looked like the pressure got to him there, even though he's down 9-5.
Yeah, I mean, you got nothing left to lose. Shoot at the stars.
I was hoping actually to see a closer match between the two of them. On the other hand, I mean, Moritz has played a great set so far, or made maybe one or two mistakes overall. So far, it's looking to be the better player in the match wins.
Two rails to play the six and the side.
Let's
I mean,
see.
this
He's
is
playing. Yeah,
this is good shot if he can pull this off for sure.
yeah. I think he didn't have. I don't think he has too much angle to where he has to run into the balls. He can play short side shape on the 7. Ideally, would be not to be straight on the 7, but just a slight angle. Perfect.
Man, man, that was good. The referee stepping in to be like, "Do I need to call this?" It doesn't look like it.
No, no. The 7 goes past to it. The 9 is not even in the way. I don't think why the referee would be close to the table, but more drama, more fun, right?
Man, his fundamentals, that's tough to beat.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Moritz Neuhausen in the semifinal because he's gonna beat Carlo Biado 10-5. And I guess Mike is gonna cut off this stream and start a new one to see Joshua Filler play Niels Fine. So
That says 7:30,
how long is it from now?
a half hour. So I'll start the stream in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Until then, I'll just run my promos and show my cues and stuff like that, and we'll come back and do that because it still says table 5.
Yeah, do you know why it will be so great to do commentary on that match?
I mean, is there like a inside joke here? Or...
Yeah, it's coming. Just do you know why? Because Niels won't be able to play and do commentary at the
Oh,
same
right,
time. So
right,
yeah, so
right, right. So if they say, "Hey, Niels," I mean, aren't you like supposed to be playing right now?
yeah, exactly. So that it could start to get funny.
You're gonna say, "Hey,
Okay.
man, I'm wearing the wireless headset."
Yeah, that would be great. All right.
Um,
Hopefully, we'll see you guys there.
yeah, come back to the same channel, guys. I'll be back. Thanks so much, Tim. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see you in a bit.
All right. Yep.
All right. See ya.
Billiards under Sky Sports. Pretty often, here's our movie section where you can watch a lot of premium movie channels listed on the left. There's as many as you probably want to get your hands on. This section right here.
All right, guys, this is TvMike. I'm cutting a new promo
from
my living room. It's not very high tech,
license,
but it does get the job done. So this is a demo of our sponsors TV streaming service, which you can check out on your Android box, 4K Fire Stick, your phone, or any other Android platform where you can install an application. And I do have a list of them that you can check out. I recommend the 4K Fire Stick with Ethernet, actually, is the #1 choice. But let's get into it here. We have over 5,000 links that are optional up here. You can go through them and find them yourself. Here is some of the basic networks. I'm going to scroll through here. This is basically your extended cable channels. There's a lot of stuff thrown in here extra as well. I'm not going to play anything directly because it just takes too much time. So I'm going to try to cut this video down in 2 minutes. We go over here to U.S. locals. These are your affiliates and statewide news and stuff like that. The list is very impressive. I can't say we have everything, but there's about 600 options in there for you to look at. We have the Canadian networks, we have the UK networks. You can watch Billiards under Sky Sports pretty often. Here's our movie section
which you can, where you can watch a lot of premium movie channels 4K listed on the left. Your phone, there's as many as you probably want to get your hands on. You can install an application. This section right here, not available in the trial, but it is available for the full license. It is the fights and wrestling and boxing and UFC, stuff like that. We've got all our major sports networks, packages, football, baseball, basketball, some of the basic networks, all that kind of stuff. We have international channels. Check out the Latino section. Check out the extra Filipino section. There's an Indian section. There's probably pool on certain places. You got special network for the Dazen events. We go over here to. We got Canadian network. We got a favorite section, which I'll teach you how to use by just going into any channel, clicking on it, hold down the button, and it says add to favorite. Once you add it to a favorite, it's in this section over here, then you don't have to look for it anymore. Alright, so we're getting up on 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is TvMike. Check out our sponsors. Streaming TV service. We also have a VOD add-on, stands for Video On Demand. But I'm not even going to get into this here. It will be provided as a trial. Hit us up, send a message, check it out today. This section right here, not available in the trial, but it is available for the full license. It is the fights and wrestling and boxing and UFC, stuff like that. We've got all our major sports networks, packages, football, baseball, basketball, and all that kind of stuff. We have international channels. Check out the Latino section. Check out the Filipino section. There's an Indian section. There's probably pool on certain places. You got special network for the Dazen events. We got Canadian network.
Dyed maple burl with obviously a epoxy resin hybrid combination. I mean, you're not going to see anything like this. It's got a nice wrap on it up into a full segment. With little dashes of color. Here we have another hybrid piece. Impregnated Buckeye Burl, Bird's Eye Maple up here. And then you have Purple Heart, which is a nice addition. And then you also have Bloody Jasper. So there is a lot of resin in this piece. A very plum type color. And also those little purple rings. Nice addition. Of course, as always, this is a 1 of 1. So if you like it, you better hit me up. Thank you. Here is the other unique piece that was in this style. I think this was the first one that the builder experimented on with this process. So we have a full section on the butt, a couple colored rings here, a textured wrap, and then we have the whole forearm casted in the resin. And this is the only one of this style I got that's of this resin. People will talk about this cue, I'll tell you that. I don't know what it is, but I've had so many people ask me about this cue, but nobody's pulled the trigger yet. Somebody pulled the trigger, and nobody else is going to be able to ask about it. So that's how that works. It's a 1 of 1, get it, and then it's gone. Alright, here's one that really stands out that was not made with my materials. Unless maybe some of it was, but maybe that's why I picked it out. But I really like this cue. I mean, this is a real special one. You've got multiple segments of casted resin in the burl dyed. You've got rings. You've got this whole crazy centerpiece here with all this wood figuring. Impregnated burl, ebony, and spalted maple. So the spalted maple is like in there, here, and in the diamond. And then you got these fine points that are actually really sharp. And this one comes with a black 4. And this one's $3,000 with a sticker on it. Probably gonna offer this in a raffle at state tournament coming up. But I mean, you can see all the work in this cue. I love this cue actually. Alright guys, you know the deal. It's a one-on-one. If you really like it and you want it, put it in your case, give me a call. Thanks. If you're looking at getting into some of the newer styled cues but want to save some money, this was made last year. And I will honor this price because everything was cheaper last year actually. So you got impregnated burl, a nice piece of blue resin, kind of runs all the way up. These segments into a solid forearm, but it does have some character in it in these little spots. This one's $1,500. Alright, here's a great piece to get into at an affordable price. In the same family as some of the newer other pieces that come out, but this is one of the ones that survived from last batch I made, and this actually has the rare and very expensive Honduran rosewood, like that other cue with the full blue hybrid casting. But this was made last year. See, 23. I have no idea why it's still around, but you can steal it. This one's $1,500. This is another one from last year. This was kind of a misfit actually, because it was like laying around in the shop and they didn't finish it for a while, and then eventually I just ended up getting it with another order, and I was like, oh, okay. So obviously it's a stabilized casted burl hybrid. It's got a segment in it, ebony. It's got these pink rings with blue rings. It's from 23. So yeah, it's a great piece of burl. I mean, it's really, really unique. There you go. This is a more traditional looking cue, even though it's not exactly traditional because it's got inverted designs throughout, and the wood is inverted, but it's not a casted or resin style blank. 3 or 4 different kind of woods are in this. I don't have any clue why it's still around, to be honest with you. 1,700 bucks. It's got roasted maple, which is keel wood, zirconia, and Hollywood. I've had a lot of people look at this cue, but nobody just grabbed it. Somebody almost grabbed it in a raffle, but they didn't. So I still have it. Hit me up if you want to pick it up. Here's another one that's using actual keel wood in a really dark cocobolo. So obviously this is cocobolo and this is keel wood, as it's called roasted maple. Keel wood is actually just heat treated maple. It's what they make keel wood shafts out of. There's another cue that was designed pretty much from this same template using different woods. Keel wood. And Booker's got that one. But this one is 1300. You're a bit out of a budget, you can get something really nice for a more affordable price.